If you're watching this video, it's probably because you are in a situation where you feel tremendous love for someone who doesn't treat you well, and you know that you need to move on, but you're struggling. You're struggling to let them go. You're struggling to move on because of the depth of your feelings. So if this is you, I have been there. I know what that's like. And that's what this video is about today. How to let go of this particular type of person when you love them so deeply and you know it's time. So before we get into that, just want to introduce myself. In case you're new here, welcome. My name is Lindsay. I am the Real Love Alchemist, and I help you go from bad relationships to real love with the magic of subconscious work. So if you are in a situation like this and you're struggling to move on from this person, you're struggling to let go of this relationship, I can help. I am an energy healer and a coach, and I use energy healing to release the energies that are making it hard for you to move out of this situation and into a relationship that you're truly happy in. So if you want to know more about what it's like to work with me, click on the link in the description. Okay, so tell me in the comments if you can relate to this situation. You feel a tremendous amount of love for a person who doesn't care about how their behavior affects you. But in a way, that doesn't even affect the amount of love that you have for this person. The love that you feel for this person can feel unconditional and even all-consuming. You know deep down that this person, the way they're behaving, it has to do with the pain that they've experienced in their past. And you can almost see through that. You can see that there's a good person inside of that. And so you have hope that one day this person will be different and be able to treat you better. You know they have a good heart, and you hope that one day they will wake up and realize how special you are, how special the relationship is. And so it's hard to let go of that kind of a person when that hope is there. No matter how badly this person treats you, your love for them still remains. And I know this feeling very well. I have been in this exact place many different points in my life, feeling tremendous emotions of love, tremendous love for someone when they didn't treat me well. And so I had to kind of hit rock bottom to realize this very important thing. And that was those feelings, that experience I was having in these relationships where I was loving very deeply, but the other person really didn't care about me, that was not real love. Now, I say this not to say that your feelings aren't real. The love that we feel, the emotion of love that we feel towards someone, that's always real. Our emotions are always real and valid, and that's not really what I'm talking about here. When I say real love, I mean a healthy relationship, a healthy, loving, reciprocal relationship. That's what I call real love. And again, it took me a really long time to understand that there was a difference between me just feeling loving emotions for someone and someone being able to show up to have a real relationship, a reciprocal relationship. I say that because I never want you to feel like the emotions you're feeling aren't real. But when we're in that kind of dynamic where it feels like our love is endless and the other person isn't showing up in the same way, then that isn't real love. That's usually things like attachment, infatuation. There could be a lot of emotional energies in that as well, like fear, longing, even lust. It's not the real love that we're longing for. So my definition of real love does not include a relationship where someone is treating us badly, because you deserve more than that. We all deserve more than that. And I speak about this with a great deal of empathy for what you might be going through in this situation, where you're realizing that even though you feel so much love for this person, it actually might not be the best relationship for you. It can be a very difficult thing to realize and to sit with. My definition of real love is when both people show up in the relationship with presence, with kindness, respect, consideration, and especially care for each other. They look out for each other. They do the best they can to make each other happy. And notice here that I'm using the term each other, because that's a key component of this. Real love means not just one person is showing up for that, but both people are showing up for that. And I'm specifically speaking about romantic relationships here. Not family relationships, not friendship relationships, because those sometimes can have different dynamics. But if this video you feel applies to you too, then please do use it for that situation. But I'm mainly talking about romantic relationships here, because those are the kinds of relationships where we do, for the most part, have a choice about who we're letting into our lives. So here's what's really happening. When we find ourselves in a situation where we are feeling so much care and so much love for someone who is not showing the same for us, then we are in an extreme state of self-abandonment. And I know it's not very pleasant to take in, but that is truly what's happening. All of that care and that love that we are giving to that other person, that we are almost projecting onto that other person, that needs to be turned around and directed towards ourselves. And for a lot of us, that might be one of the hardest things that we've ever done, because it's relatively easy to, again, project and put all of that love outwards onto another person, compared to the courage that it takes to turn that love inwards and see what's there within ourselves. But ultimately, that is how we break out of these dynamics. That's how we get out of a situation where we're loving this person, but we are not getting that love in return. We have to break the cycle by turning that love inwards towards ourselves. It takes a tremendous amount of courage, but it is the path, and it is 100% worth it. So how do we let go of this person who we love so deeply, but who we know deep down is not good for us, and we have to break away? We stop chasing this person. We stop doing for this person. Again, we stop putting all that love onto them, and we give it back to ourselves. So what does that practically mean? Sometimes it means we leave the relationship. We stop dating this person, and we sit still. And for many of us, like I said before, that's the very thing we've been avoiding doing by staying in a relationship like this. We sit. And what will likely emerge is pain. And that's the pain that we've been running from by staying in this dynamic, by, again, projecting all that love onto this person, hoping they'll finally realize how amazing we are, hoping they'll finally change, hoping they'll finally treat us better. No, we break that dynamic by us deciding to treat ourselves better. So that means we break away from that relationship and we sit with what arises. And like I said, that's probably going to be some pain. But it's very important to do this because, again, that's the pain that we've been running from. There's a deep pain within us when we get into these kind of unhealthy dynamics. And so in order to finally shift those dynamics and get the kind of relationship that we're longing for, where we are truly loved and truly cared for, we have to sit in that pain that we've been trying so desperately to avoid. But this pain is not going to last forever, because when we turn towards ourselves and break away from this kind of relationship, that pain will intensify, but it's temporary. As we sit with it and as we accept that, as we genuinely love ourselves, that pain will fade away. It will ease up in the light of our acceptance, in the light of our love. That's what real self-love is. It's letting all of that stuff be there. It's not fighting it. It's not resisting it. It's not running away from it. It's feeling what we've been running from. Because when we do that, when we sit with that pain, when we integrate that part of ourselves that has been so desperate for our attention for so long, that's when we create the conditions to break these cycles, to finally make some space for real love to come into our life. Real love, meaning that reciprocal love, that reciprocal care, not just you loving the other person, but them loving you back just as much. Now, if you're watching this and going, oh my God, that sounds terrifying, that sounds awful. Yeah, I hear you, I get it. But the truth is, it actually sounds so much harder and so much worse than it really is. You will make it through this. If you are going to leave or you have left a relationship like this that you knew it was time to let go of, yes, it's hard in the beginning and it can feel very, very frightening and scary at times, but it's actually not that bad. You will be okay. Whatever emotions are there, the pain, some anxiety, some fear, they are not going to kill you. Again, all they are wanting is your acceptance, is to sit with them, to not run from them anymore. And if you're having a hard time with this, I recently made a video about how to get out of your head and into your body so that you can allow these feelings to move on through you. I'll leave a link to that at the end of the video. But that's the path. We like to make it very complicated, like you have to do this step first and this step first. No, it's really realizing that you deserve so much better and taking that small but courageous step out of that dynamic so that you can be with yourself, bring all that love to yourself, and create the change that you deserve. So if you are on this path, you know you need to let go of this person, but you need some help. You're feeling stuck in letting go of this person or stuck in the pain that you've been running from for a long time, then I can help you with that. I use energy healing to help you release the energy so that they can move through you faster and you can clear the path for real love to enter your life. So if you're interested in that, if that intrigues you, click on the link in the description to book a free consultation and we can see if this work is a good fit for you. So like I talked about, I'm going to leave the link to the video for how to come out of your head and into your body to allow these energies to flow through you more easily.